Hey guys, Mike from Shamino's workshop. Here's my most recent or latest commission. This is an 89 Sabers Fallen Order version 2. This is installed with Jimmy's Junk double crystal chamber. Oh, well, that might be on cyan. Let me I'll cycle through the fonts real quick. Okay, we're at blue. So we essentially mimicked for this Jesse's demo video. So we have the Survivor bundle, which is essentially all the colors that you can collect in the Fallen Order game. And then we also have second sister font installed last. So the fonts are all the colors: blue, magenta, red, purple, green, cyan. So the font, the blade colors represent the font, with some music tracks, and we did a little custom, well, not customization, but we did something with the quotes to allow them to play with when force effects are triggered. And I believe the weathering was done by Robert Sorok Sabers. I forget. I'll add it to the description once I confirm, but I'm pretty sure it was Robert. Love it. I'm not sure if he did painting or if this is aluminum black. There's a clear coat protecting it, so I'm not exactly sure what the technique was, but probably aluminum black. Followed by, I'm not really sure. Followed by some sort of maybe sanding and clear coat. I'm not sure it's paint. I'm not sure Robert would use paint if it was Robert. So I'll put some details in the description once I find out what it is. I didn't do the weathering. All I did was the install. So I don't want to take credit for work I did not do. Let's open her up and take a look. So here we have, let's see if we can get it in picture, ProffieBoard rechargeable battery. So in Hilt charging, there's a 2.1 recharge port here with a twistable kill key, printed in plastic. So you got a black main chassis piece and then some copper pieces, which is two pieces that screw together. So this way you could place a crystal here with a pixel backing it, and the same thing here. There's a pixel, a NeoPixel backing that. So two chambers can be programmed independently of each other using subblades. Right now they just well, they don't mimic blade, but they mimic the blade color. But they pulse when they're off, they mimic blade when they're on, and they blade match. What else? These are just kind of accents that you glue in place. And here's the twistable kill key. So you don't have to remove the kill key except when you're going to charge. So you could just pop it out, but twist, and it'll turn on. Power button, auxiliary button, Shtok connector up in there. And what's cool about version 2 is you get a different shaft, we'll call it, that can be broken down into different pieces, which is cool because you can get a reveal, then you can put the secondary piece on and sort of get a secondary reveal just looking at the crystal. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, the last piece can go on, and you still get some shine through of the crystal through the different ventings and whatnot. There's some greeblies that I didn't put on yet. They're still in the greebly bag. I gotta glue those on. Some pieces that go here, those could be glued on. There's really no concern. You won't ever have to take them off to access or deal with maintenance. There's two pieces that go here, and they hide set screws, so always last. I always make sure that this install is done. We don't need to make any changes. It's been tested and working. I did find an issue with the stock connector, the first one I installed, so I had to swap it out. So thankfully I hadn't glued these pieces on yet, and made that a lot easier to deal with. And then there's a couple of pieces that go down here, so we'll add that before shipping. And yeah, so let's put a blade in. This is my 1-inch demo blade that I always use. The Sabers already programmed for 130 pixels, so won't be the best demo because you won't see all the effects, because they're going to occur on part of the blade that doesn't exist. And it's using the default prop file, so I don't use the default prop file. I used to, but so I'm an SA22 guy, so I have a little cheat sheet for the different little commands of how to use the Saber. Power obviously on and off, just quick press. Lockup is not holding the button. Lockup is holding it and then triggering a flash. That's lockup. So I'm not necessarily going to go through all the different button commands. You know, color wheel is supported, right, where you can enter color change mode and then twist, and you get a lot of rotation, degree of rotation for fine-tuning the color. That was a nice change Frederick had made back. That might have even been in 4.0, I forget. You can go forward the presets using the auxiliary button. 24 mil bass speaker, 24 millimeter bass speaker, sort of in between the main chassis and the first crystal chamber. So all of the sound gets vented down through the pommel and through these holes here. So decent amount of sound. I didn't even crank it up. I think it's at 2,000 or 2,200. I like to avoid 3,000 when I can, but this sounds good. Got music tracks in the back. We got green. Oh, let's talk about the force effects. So what I did with the force effects, the Survivor bundle comes with 70-something quotes. And the second sister comes with like 40, I think, if I remember right. So I use that feature in ProffieOS where you can add pathing to each of the presets, right? So instead of it just being the font folder, what you can do, so what I did was I took all of the Survivor quotes, put them in a folder outside of the font folders, right? I created like a quote folder, and I put all the quotes in there, and then I used a bulk rename tool to rename them. You know, Force 1, Force 2, Force 70, right? And then when you define your presets, you essentially define that common quote folder first, followed by the font folder. So what ProffieOS then does is it'll search that first folder for files before going to the actual font. So I can dump all of the quotes, all of the force files in that folder, and then use them on all of the Survivor bundles. This way, 1, 2, yeah. This way, when I trigger a force effect, which is a long click of the power button, 1, 2, it'll randomly play. It'll randomly play one of those 70. I also did the same thing with the second sister. You know, created a separate quote folder and renamed all the quotes to force and configured the font to use it. So this way those will play randomly also. So that's green. Indigo. Sort of like a purple, but not a purple. I think purple would come next. Magenta. Kind of a pinkish hue to purple. Orange. So these are mostly blade styles from Fet, using his, blade style builder. But some of these colors don't exist out of the box, right? Like orange maybe does, but gold, the purple, magenta, indigos, cyan, right? They don't exist as color options. So I generally take blue, or I take an existing color and then just change, make a copy of it and change the color to magenta or indigo or purple, etc. So in this case that's orange. And there's purple. Red. Oh, we missed yellow. How do I go backwards? Previous preset. Hold Aux and click POW.
Second sister.
There's yellow. So yellow, I'm pretty sure I just steal the color from Ray's lightsaber blade style. So it's more gold. Or no, I think maybe Fet has a gold. I forget now. So that's yellow.
Second sister.
Now this is the second sister font, which is a red blade style. But the hum on this. That nice growl. For those audiophiles out there, if you have a nice sound system, go listen to the demo of this from Jesse's website or YouTube channel, Kyberphonic. When he has an adapter that he can hook up his Saber to his audio system, and it sounds mean. Not getting the same effect here, but in person, it's got that growl. Love it. And then we're back to the beginning. It does come with a blade plug. Just drop that in there while we're talking about it. So for that, you could probably just. What I do is I kind of hold my finger right at the edge there, turn it upside down, so my finger's holding it flush while I tighten it. And then you got nice, it's flush to the emitter. You got your nice shine through ring. And a nice upgrade, I think I've seen this done. I could be imagining it, but portholes here on this on these caps. I always forget what these are called. But adding like vent holes or something here would really add to it, because then you get some shine through to the emitter. Would be cool if it actually shined through the flanges. Another thing that we had discussed, Robert milled out these spots, these vents, and then did a crystal chamber chassis right there, which was pretty cool. I was tempted to purchase maybe a desktop mill or a small mill, or find a mechanic shop or a machine shop locally and have them vented out. But ultimately we went with Jimmy's chassis, so there's not a crystal up here, so it wouldn't have worked out using Jimmy's chassis then. So we opted for Jimmy's, got the double reveal chassis down there, and kept the vents closed. What else? Maybe that's it. Yeah, so I have two of these. I think I ordered from Korbanth a pair to put in staff mode with the staff coupler. Haven't really did anything with it yet. I still have my original, version 1. That's been weathered, and that works for me for right now. But in the future, I'll probably take a stab at weathering it, maybe mill out the vents. I'm not entirely sure what my plan is, but I'm definitely going to weather it. I don't know if I'll mill it out, but I want to use Jimmy's chassis. I might look at Jimmy's Shapeways store and see what type of prints, metal for the crystal chambers. I haven't explored his Shapeways shop yet to see what's available. And I think Jimmy also has a staff mode chassis for this. So I don't know. I'm kind of rambling right now, but eventually we'll get to it. I have a lot of projects to get to. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope to get a little bit more active. It's just hard trying to find, a good work-life balance these days. But, I appreciate you guys watching. Certainly leave some feedback, comments if you have any questions. All right, guys. Thank you.